What's up YouTube, I'm Darkjack. In this video I'm bringing you another MOAB gameplay. This time I'm using the thermal Barrett 50 cal. And this is one of my first games after unlocking the thermal sight. And it's absolutely amazing. You can see from this video how powerful it is, and there's a collateral with a sniper. And that thing is just crazy. And I'm also using it with extended mags. And I'm not using specialist, so I'm using sleight of hand instead of scavenger. But even with sleight of hand you have tons of ammo with this thing. You can just see it's a 15 round clip and I have 26 extra bullets. So there's really no need to use scavenger, even if you're going for a MOAB. So I get a MOAB using the same basic strategy that I've been using on this map. Staying behind the barrel and being sneaky. And I'm not using assassin, I'm using quick draw instead. So it makes it harder to stay alive because they can see my name. And I'm using the assault package. And this is my first game in Modern Warfare 3 to get an assault MOAB, which means I got a MOAB without using the specialist strike package, which gives you all the perks. And my kill streak setup is Predator, Reaper, and AC-130. But right now my favorite setup is Predator, Reaper, and Assault Drone. And I find that even if they shoot down your air support with a Reaper, you can still kill them with the Assault Drone because they can't shoot down the Assault Drone and the Assault Juggernaut. So I like to have one kill streak reward that is air support and one that is ground support, if you know what I mean. So even if they shoot down your air support, they can't shoot down the drone or the Juggernaut. So in this game I was not trying to get a MOAB. I was just playing, and later I found out that I was on a really long kill streak, so I figured, you know, I might as well just go for the MOAB. So I get another Reaper and another AC-130, but I don't bother calling them in because I didn't want to end up getting killed while trying to get the MOAB. So yeah, I was playing earlier today on Village, and I was doing something similar, except I was using the MK14. And in that game I got a Reaper, an AC-130, and an Osprey gunner, but they shot down all of my stuff so fast. So what I've been doing recently is I've been using the assault drone and the assault Juggernaut with the UAV or Predator missile. So I find Predator and then Reaper assault drone, or Reaper AC-130, then assault Juggernaut seem to be very good setups, because they can't shoot down the assault drone and the assault Juggernaut. So I've been using that instead. That way I don't have to worry about getting shot down. So that was working really well, and I've gotten a really high KD using that. So I'm just staying here and I'm trying to be patient, because in Call of Duty you have to play patiently. You can't rush and do well consistently unless you know where everyone on the other team is. So in this game I've been forced to play much more defensively and stay behind cover because of Assassin, because I don't know where people with Assassin are. And there's really no counter to the Assassin perk. So as a result I've adopted a very conservative playstyle rather than being a rusher. Even though rushing around is much more fun than sitting back and playing defensively with like a Type 95 or a sniper. Which is what I'm doing now, because I know every time I play this map, if I just use a sniper behind this barrel, I'm going to get a lot of kills. That's why if you look at my Call of Duty Elite KD ratios for my different guns, I almost have a 5 KD with the Barrett 50 cal, because when I use it I stay back and pick them off at a distance and I don't die very much. Alright, here I see someone on my radar, so I take him out with the Akimbo FMGs. Now I can go back to my camping spot, know that I killed the person behind me. That's why I always run motion sensor. So I hate it when I get killed by people like with assassin and shotguns and they sneak up behind me and shoot me in the back. That makes me so angry, because they don't show up on my motion sensor because of assassin. So now they have the C flag, so what I do is I go back and forth between that tunnel and the C flag, just to try to make sure that no one's heading toward me. And so you don't just want to look down this tunnel the whole game. You want to, every once in a while, zoom back out, and then look at the middle and then look behind you as well. So I don't call any more kill streaks this game, because I really don't want to die because I'm in a controlled kill streak and end up getting shot. So now the other team is not too smart, and I kind of feel sorry for them. It's like shooting fish in the barrel. This is not very difficult to do. Anyone who has a decent amount of skill in Call of Duty can do this strategy. So this is not something that takes a lot of skill to do. So if you want to get a MOAB, this is probably the easiest way to get a MOAB, apart from mission spawn trapping, which is pretty cheap. So yeah, this is pretty much what I do. I stay back, and eventually what's going to happen is I'm going to run out of ammo. And And then once you run out of ammo, what I do is I take my Kimbo FMGs and I go up to where the tunnel is and I wait for them to come through and then kill them. And then I take their weapons and I go back and finally get the MOAB. And it is pronounced MOAB, not MOAB. If you go to Wikipedia or if you watch any YouTube videos from military people, when they talk about the MOAB, they pronounce it as MOAB with 2 syllables, not just as 1 syllable, MOAB. So yeah, if you want to counter this strategy, then definitely use Assassin, because Assassin does not show up in the thermal sight. So when you use this, you can still see their outline, but you can't see their white body because of Assassin. That's the disadvantage of using this thermal sight. But the people in the other team were not very smart, so what can I say? So even though I killed them over and over again, they kind of deserved it, because they just kept feeding me kills. And when people feed you kills in Call of Duty, there's no need to go rushing after them. You can just sit back and just let them keep killing you. That's why rushing is not a consistent way to play, because if you're playing against good people that know that you're just going to rush over and over again, then they'll just camp in their spawn and they'll just kill you. That's one of the reasons why El Presador, if you've been to his YouTube channel, gets so angry, is because El Presador tries to rush in Call of Duty, but he doesn't know how to do it effectively. So people just camp with Assassin and they kill him over and over again, because they know that he's just going to feed them kills if they just stay back. So what you want to do when you rush is you don't want to rush unless you have visual kill streaks in the air and you know where people are, because the person who's camping always has the advantage over the person who's rushing. Because in Call of Duty, there's just so many places people can hide. They can be hiding in every corner, and when you go through a doorway, there are 2 sides to the doorway, so someone could be camping on either side. And when you go through a door, you can only check one entrance. So someone with Assassin camping, sitting in the other corner that you don't look, could kill you. So don't rush unless you know where people are, because rushing is not a consistent way to play. Sometimes it works, and sometimes you do very poorly. But when you play defensively, if you're smart and you have good teammates, that always works 100% of the time. You can get a good KD every single game by playing defensively. Whereas when you rush, some games you're going to do bad, because the people on their team who are playing defensively will take advantage of you. So that's what I'm doing this game. I'm playing defensively, and I'm letting them come to me. So you let the kills come to you, you don't go to them. And that's the smartest way to play Call of Duty. Even though people look down on it and they call it cheap and they call it camping, at the end of the day it still works. So you can call it whatever you want, but it works because the developers need to put back in stopping power and Juggernaut to balance out the stealth perk. And if they did that, then you could rush, because you could call in a UAV and everyone on the other team would actually show up. So that's my beef with this game. It's a very slow-paced game because of Assassin, and the developers just don't seem to understand that. Once you no longer have more health or extra bullet damage, people are always going to go to the stealth perk. That's why in Call of Duty 4, if there was no Juggernaut and there was no stopping power, and the perk UAV Jammer prevented the enemy helicopter from killing you, then of course everyone would have used that, and that's what we have in Black Ops and in this game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary, and for now on I'll show you some more gameplays, and I won't be using this strategy because it is kind of boring to watch, even though it's very effective. So I'll see you guys later, and that's 40-0.